Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Hey, Veronica. Hey, Danielle. Yes, Veronica, you were the first one here tonight. Hope everyone is doing well this weekend. So, this is my review on Love After Lockup Crime Story. Okay, this is season 5, episode 60. Brittany and Quaylon, as I call him, Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. Um, if it wasn't for Britney's story, because I did not watch Love After Lockup when she was on the show. So if it wasn't for her story, this would have been a complete bust. If I can be honest, I was just like, child, this is boring because I don't even know why he was on here. He would have been more exciting if he told us the real story. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Brittany's story, yeah, she definitely is the reason why I held on to kind of hear her entire story. So let's get started with her first. Yes, make sure you hit the like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way in. You watched it from the beginning. You watched the series from the beginning, Veronica. So how if you're saying you watched the series from the beginning, how long ago was Brittany on? We done had 50,000 Britneys on this freaking series. Like there are so many Britneys that have come across this show. It is ridiculous. Hey, Shayla. So, yeah, let me know what season she, I guess, was on. But we're going to start off with her. Child, let me tell you something. Like, Britney's story sounds like an HBO special meets intervention meets Lifetime. Okay. When I tell you, like every single part of her story, I was like, this sounds like HBO After Dark. This sounds like intervention. And this sounds like a Lifetime movie. Everything. First of all, I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for her. And interesting enough, there are so many girls and boys out there with this type of story that don't have an outlet of being on a national television show. I'm hoping that that's what helped her maybe kind of get on a straight and narrow. But she was originally from Fresno, and then her family randomly moved to Alaska for some reason. And apparently her biological father was not in her life because her mother felt like, I guess, he wasn't a good father or wouldn't be a good husband, which is interesting because the mama and the stepfather was on that ooh wee also. They had substance issues. Hey, D Dot. Hey, 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 what's up? What's up? I don't know if you watch this show, but you can definitely, listen in. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. But yeah, I was just like, it's interesting that your own mother said your father's no good for you, but your own mother was no good for you. And so they end up moving to Las Vegas, assuming, I guess, that because they were going down like the wrong path in Alaska, the mother and the stepfather, they moved to Vegas. Now I don't know why people think moving to Vegas equals a better life when Vegas is truly like the place that anything goes. Anything goes in Las Vegas, okay? That's why a lot of people go to Las Vegas, because anything can go down. But they decide to move to Las Vegas. And I believe she said that the stepfather moved them to Fremont Street in a hotel when they first got there, if I'm not mistaken. And I was like, oh, you was really setting them up. But again, he had his own issues. Because he wanted to probably be close by somebody who can provide him with what he needed. Because who moves their family to a hotel in freaking on Fremont Street, which Fremont Street is kind of like that stroll, if you know what I mean. Like people who literally just visit Vegas often or know people who live in Vegas know what Fremont Street is. Every city got that main little strip that is known for anything goes. And that's what that was. Oh, they started season 2. Oh, season 2. Hey, Joseph, happy birthday. Wait, Joseph, are you really 22 or that's what you claiming? Are you really 22 years old? Happy birthday, Joseph. Crew, wish Joseph a happy birthday. Pink is very popular in Vegas. Everything that is anything that is bad for you, it can be very popular in Vegas. I think a lot of people look at the strip as just the lights and the glam, but you can also get caught up in the strip too. You could get very caught up in the strip. Oh Lord. You know what? I was gonna talk about that D dot, but not necessarily about that part. I didn't hear that part saying that she's going to jail. I was gonna talk about her and the Kendra G situation. Y'all let me know if y'all want to talk about that tonight. I can, this is gonna be a quick one. If y'all want to talk about that, by all means, I can. But I don't know about that D dot. I don't know if that part. Definitely DM me though, based on where you got that information. Is that Figueroa? Yes, like the fig here in LA, like the fig in LA. Like every city got one. Like I forgot the name of the place, the HBO specials they used to have after dark that was based in the Bronx. They had their little H stroll. That is another one too. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, so that's what Fremont Street is. Anything goes. You're really 22. You have an old soul, Joseph. You be knowing stuff that like is my generation. You have an old soul. Look at you. Well, a happy birthday. That man. Okay, I don't know. I think okay. D dot. No naming of people in my chat, please. No naming of people in my chat. No content. It literally says it on my guidelines. Love you. I love you. I love you. But please don't do that. Okay. But yeah. So going back to square one on this situation, I was feeling for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because literally she sat up there and she was saying that after they got to Vegas, after they actually, she realized that her parents wasn't shit, and that's just what it is. They ain't shit. She ends up leaving. Now she leaves her sisters behind. I guess there's apparently was 4 of them. She was the oldest. She left her sisters behind and she ends up running away. And of course, she ends up meeting a girl who's 18 years old. And, she thought this girl was cool. They went, had, was drinking or whatever, but she started crying, saying that she wanted to actually go home. And instead of this 18-year-old who definitely knows better, but you know how it is with people and their substances or whatnot, okay? Their substances, how they always want to get other people attached to what they're addicted to. Yeah, she ends up saying, you'll feel better if you do this. And she gives it to her, and then it goes downhill from there. She gets addicted, okay? And so she ends up meeting this guy who ends up using her at his trap house. And she's at that point selling and she's using. Just ridiculous. Like the girl couldn't catch a break. Like her story is like, I cannot catch a break at all whatsoever. No matter what she did, she's one of those stories. And a lot of times I think people assume that there are not people out there who have that life. Well, baby, Brittany had that life. She ends up meeting that guy, ends up getting out of his, crosshairs, but then ends up meeting another guy, a sick bastard that was, she said, 29, 30 years old, and she was still 12 years old. And y'all can just guess what happened. Y'all can just guess what happened. He took advantage of her. Okay. And she went on a Bonnie and Clyde type of run situation with him. And at one point, she was even sleeping in the desert. Which, child, if that was during that Las Vegas heat, sometimes I can't even imagine. Yes, Cleveland. I've heard about Cleveland Ave and ATL, Danielle. I've heard about Cleveland Ave and ATL. But yeah, so with that being said, then she ends up getting pregnant at 15 and at 16, back to back. And I'm going to assume it was about this sick fool. I think his name was Jeremy, that she said was 29, 30 years old. I want to know where he's at. Does anybody know? Does anybody know where he's at? Did she ever give an update on where this bastard was? I, at this point, I think a lot of people want to know where he's at because he needs to be in jail. But she ends up having those kids, and then she ends up getting away from Germany, moves back in with her parents. Okay. Her parents welcome her back with open arms, but she was still in four walls of hell with her parents because their substance issue was worse than ever. And because of that, Brittany, ended up relapsing, and she loses her kids to adoption. Okay. And they showed, I guess, actually clips of that, trying to find out, I guess, where her kids were or whatever. And they've denied her, I guess, in former seasons. And so that's when she really broke down and cried. And she said she just hated everyone at that point. She hated her mother. She hated her stepfather. Like at that point, she was like, now that her kids are pretty much like out of her life, she was just going to go ham and go crazy because she didn't care about life at that point. And then ends up meeting another sicko who was 56 years old. Like, this just shows you how many sick bastards we have out there. Like, seriously. Like, she was just in, of course, these type of sickos can like literally smell people out like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally can smell people out. And so, yeah, he took advantage of her. But interesting enough, if you guys like listen to it, it was almost like God was trying to find her a way out in every situation. You know what I'm saying? Because she didn't really talk about like, like it was almost like there was kind of still a way for her to get out, because the first guy, she said, when they came to drag her back to the house, she was able to hop out of a window. But like she always had a way to get out. There was always a way for her to get out. But yeah, her story was just, I was like, damn, like there's no breaks. When she went to prison the first time when she was 18, she said, I think she got into like 11 different fights that first year. And she said that, at least the girl that she actually was in prison with said that she was a firecracker, and she got out, ended up relapsing again and went back to prison. But since that time, she has not been back to prison after the second time that she got out. She has 3 kids. In a nutshell, she said that she has 3 kids. And well, she has 5 total, but she has 3 in custody with her. She lives in Florida now, and she's into real estate. Like, she makes money off of real estate. So I guess she's doing good for her to be making money off of real estate. She was running like Forrest Gump her whole life. Ain't that the truth? She was truly running for her life, literally. Okay. But again, to me, it was like she still had a light in all of these situations to kind of get out. Because let's be clear, some can't get out. Some never get out. And if they do get out, it's because they're unalived. So some higher being was protecting her, because it damn sure wasn't her parents. But it was just a depressing freaking story. I was just like, damn. Now, let me ask you this, Veronica. How many seasons has she been on? And with that, did she ever have any issues with hopefully not relapsing during the season? Has she kind of been on the straight and narrow and just trying to, get some type of relationship with her kids? What was her story like on the actual show? Because I know they showed the guy that she ended up having kids with. I guess this time around, are they still together? What is her stat? I know that she's been out of prison now for 7 years. I think she said she's been out for 7 years at this point, and she's been doing pretty good. So I wish her the best of luck, because child. And the crazy part about it is she was walking down Fremont Street while talking to one of her sisters, explaining to her sister what happened to her. And that had to be devastating, because she said her own sister said, one minute she was actually, just at the house, and the next minute she was gone. and she didn't know where they went. So, and I'm sure that had to take a toll on her too, or take a toll on the sisters, because she was the one who was really taking care of them. That's so crazy. When she came out straight and narrow, even with mother, which wasn't straight and narrow. Wow. So she came back out this time around. Her mother wasn't good at all, but she came out and stayed good and stayed clean. That is excellent. I'm rooting for Brittany. She's been on a few seasons, but her mom was the one battling on the show. Okay, got it. So her mother's still having an issue while she's still going strong. I wonder if her mother's in Florida with her. I hope not. I hope not. I hope she realizes she really had to separate herself from that situation and kind of love her from a distance. I hope she's not trying to be, her super saver situation, because sometimes you got to just let people go and you take care of yourself. She's been on a few, okay, kids after kids didn't work out with Marcelo. He cheated. Got it. Okay, got it. Well, look, apparently she's doing good and she's in Florida. So I really wish her the best. Her story was a story that continued for me. I just said, I'm going to have to keep going and listening to this story, because her story just had me kind of like glued to the TV, because I was just like, damn, what else could happen to her? It was like she went from one hell to more hell to the worst hell. I was just like, good grief. And it's like the freaking peas, the sickos got older and older. Oh, it disgusted me. But for her to seem like she's sane and she's level-headed and all of that stuff, like, to me, that definitely just shows that you can hit rock bottom and make your way up. But the problem is, it just sounds like she never had a chance. She never had a chance dealing with the parents that she had. You know what I mean? Which makes me wonder, like, whatever happened to her biological father? I would like for them to really do like a good show on her, as far as finding her children, her kids that were adopted, maybe even find her biological father. Like, I think it would be pretty dope to really go down a rabbit hole of things to see if she can possibly, reunite with her kids, and then also know where her father went, because it seems like once her mother made up her mind that her father was no good, she never heard from her father again. Um, she's very pretty to have been on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the picture that they showed her with the blonde hair, oh my gosh, the contrast. I kept saying, why are they showing this random female? Who is this? I thought it was maybe her mother. No, that was her. That was her. That's how you know, like, that stuff took her to another dimension, because that didn't even look like her the way she looks now. So I was like, damn. I was like, good grief. And she still got all her teeth. Because from my understanding, that particular thing, your teeth rot immediately. She's only 33 to been through. Exactly. Exactly. Hell, she at 12, she went through stuff that most adults who are in their 40s and 50s haven't gone through. She went to visit her biological back in Alaska one season, and dad is remarried and doing great. Oh, interesting. But her mother said the daddy was no good. I wonder if her dad had a substance issue, or the mom was just saying that because the dad was pretty much probably saying you need to get off that stuff or whatever, and she ran with them kids maybe. First, when she came out blind, yeah, the way that small as she was, you can definitely tell she was on something that didn't even look like her, and her eyes look soulless. I should have took a screenshot of that photo, but at first I was like, who? Why they? I was like, this has to be the mama. This can't be her, but it was her. Hey, Ruby, it was her. So wishing Brittany nothing but the best, but I would definitely like to see more of a circle story with her. And I would love to see her actually see her kids at this point. If she's 33 and she had those kids at 15, 16, these kids are teenagers at this point. They're teenagers. So I will hope that, she can see them maybe before they graduate from high school, or worst comes to worst, maybe once they turn 18, at that point, they will want to look for her and maybe they can reunite, because I think there's a hole in her heart still because of that, because she was crying like it just happened yesterday, and naturally so, because that was probably the only light for her at that time, was those kids and her staying on the straight and narrow as much as she possibly could. The dad has a problem, but he got clean. Okay, well, good. Okay, that's what Shayla just said, that Veronica, that he had a substance issue. I think the mother was in. Oh, wow. Ooh, they got a lot of stuff going on. They got a lot of stuff going on. Something like there's something in their bloodline, maybe, because good grief. Like when you hear stories like that where it's just a constant, where no one can catch a break, it's something going on. It got to be something going on. So, but yeah, y'all, that definitely, this was the story that kept me watching. Okay, this was the story. His was not. Quaylon, as I'll call him, Shucky Ducky Quack 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 Quaylon. Yeah, child. First of all, he's always looked kind of weird to me, but something ain't right here. Something ain't right. Quaylon looked like he ain't bathed. He ain't really ate. He just something. I was like, what is going on with him? What is going on with him? To me, I was like, you know how when you look at somebody on TV, you just get a stank face, like you got the stank face, like what is going on here? I was like, what the hell is this? Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way in. Ruth, I think I heard they connected Brittany and her. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay. I'll have to see. I hope so, because I feel like she really needs that to make herself complete. I think she really needed that. So I hope that is the case. But yeah, my mom was burnt in a car accident and lost all her toes in fire, and can definitely change you. Oh my gosh, Danielle, I did not know. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that is deep. But she's still alive. But it's and would change you when it comes to. So are you saying the substances caused it, or are you just saying in general that happened to her? That's deep. I'm so sorry to hear that. Prayers to her and y'all. Hey, Trina. Wow. Yeah, I know. So I don't know what you're talking about, D Dot, but I may come back on live soon to talk about that stuff. We'll have to see what is going on with the hair and the. I just look. He looked like he hadn't bathed. He looked like he hadn't bathed. I think her mother was under the substance when the fire happened, like a Richard Pryor. Y'all look up Richard Pryor. Now, there's a certain speculations on exactly how that fire got started, but y'all look up Richard Pryor. Is this the undercover brother? Allegedly, yeah. And which is why I said, yo, what's the real story? Because at this point, this is one thing besides yep, she's alive and drives me nuts. Now, Danielle, come on now. You can't be telling us a story like that about your mama and say, yeah, she alive, but she driving me crazy, child. But you know what? That is the Libra humor for sure. But yes, I'm glad she's okay, though. And clearly she's in good spirits if she's driving you nuts. Y'all Google, looks like him. Oh, Lord. Devin the dude. Quaylon looked like Eddie Kane Jr. meets. Do y'all remember the show Tales from the Crypt? I shouldn't say that, but damn it. Tales from the Crypt meets Eddie Kane Jr. I don't know. Like he definitely, in my opinion, looks more busted and disgusted now than when he was locked up and just got out. Hell, I would have to say even the last season they were on, when all of that drama went down between the mama and stuff, he didn't look like this. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something is not right. Popping. I'm telling you. Y'all say I'm lying. Put both of them together. and say I'm lying. He's something's not, like I said, I had the stank face the whole time. And I said, what is wrong with him? Like, I felt like I smelled his stank breath through the TV. Like he just looked like he stank. What is going on? Now, let me ask y'all this. In the rumor mill, has he been known? Because I don't think they talked about that the last season they were on. Has he been known to dabble in certain things? Or what? Or he is just the typical, like I said, like, yeah, like smoking the herb or something like that. Just something didn't look right. Something didn't look right. But Shucky Ducky Quack Quack, Quaylon, talks about his life, of course. And he said, single mother, only boy with 3 sisters, never knew his father. And next thing you know, at 13, he starts to be a straight up taker, okay? Taken all over Kansas and I guess Missouri. He said easily over 100 houses, child. That just tells me how bad the crime has to be in those areas, because after maybe a couple of houses, you would think that the police and even the neighbors would activate to make sure that this wouldn't happen. I don't know how they were able to do that, but it seemed to me that that would have been like big time news. Big time news, but let them tell it. This is something that normally happens. So I guess they was just like, it is what it is. They probably wasn't even the only crew at that. Child, I was just like, what the hell? But he said he started at 13. And let me see. Looks like his twerk went. I'm telling you, he sit down when probably saying he just looked like he's one of those guys who don't shower, will put on some clean clothes and put some cologne on and think that will suffice. It's more of the herb, but maybe way too much of it. Like way too much where he's possibly not eating. Maybe. Oh yeah, he's been busted with some stuff not long ago. I think I did remember that, and it wasn't herb, it was something deeper, wasn't it, Shayla? That's why I felt like I had heard that there it was something deeper going on than just the herb every day. Yeah. So, but he was talking about that, and then next thing you know, after them getting caught up, or doing their thing or whatever, next thing you know, they ended up getting caught. Because at first he said they would always make sure nobody was home. He would, knock down the door and they would do their thing. Well, this time around, somebody was home and somebody said, today I got time, cuz today. And so they end up realizing they done got caught. Ooh, Jabri. I can't post that. Or maybe I can. Look at what Jabri said. I hope I'm saying your name right. Hey, Jabri, are you new? Welcome to the channel. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Hundreds of houses and they didn't get popped, not once, by any homeowners. That's what I'm saying. Or the fact that it happened so much. They probably went to like lower poverty areas where people didn't have like security systems or whatever. I don't know, but that seems like a lot. Looking like a whole old Bobby Womack. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna just put it real quick. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah, but he said when they got caught, he got pow. But he said he only heard one. I think he said he only heard one boom. That's what he said on the show. He only heard one boom, but he claims he had 14 holes in his back. So I don't know if after that one boom, he just didn't hear anything else. But he said he had 14 holes in his back. Baby, 14 holes in your back. Now, I don't know, because again, I don't know my steel like that. I don't know if there's steel out there, and don't say the actual G word. That's why I call it steel. But I don't know if there's actual steel out there that when you pow once, it can do that. But I'm like, to me, to say 14 holes, that means there had to be multiple. But he ends up going to the hospital. Of course, his friends was telling him he probably needs to go because he said that his life was slipping away. He even thought he was about to be like a goner. But he said that he kind of passed out. He asked, I guess, the nurse or whatever, is he about to be a goner going to the upper room? And she was like, I hope not, not on my watch. But next thing you know, he ended up dozing off, wakes up, and he's handcuffed. Okay, he is handcuffed, child, to the bed. All right, and he realizes at that point, after he heals, that he could be facing 30 years. Now, apparently, at the time, he was only 17 years old. Okay, 17 years old. The problem is that Missouri and Kansas, because I think we know from even previous seasons, Kansas and Missouri are like boom, right next to each other. You probably can step on one side and be in Missouri, step on the other side and be in Kansas. Well, apparently they was doing this in both Kansas and Missouri. The problem is, in this situation where he ended up getting caught, he was in Missouri. And in Missouri at 17, he's an adult. In Kansas, he would still be a minor. So because this happened in Missouri and he was 17 and he was an adult, he was facing 30 years. All right. So he ends up going in at 17 years old. Of course, we know he did 12 years. He said he was pretty much fighting all the time in there just because of what he was dealing with. And allegedly, you was doing other things while you was in there too, quack quack. Yeah. Allegedly, you were. See, I want the real story, damn it. Don't give me this nonsense. Because see, this was giving me, oh, well, you know what? Oh, y'all want to do this? I'm gonna get a check from it. Yeah, so let me do this really quick. Let me tell you something. You would be better off speaking your truth and giving us the real story. That's what you would be better off doing. Okay. That's what you would be better off doing. And you could probably create your own YouTube channel, give your full story, and make a lot of money. More money than they probably giving you to do this crime story show. We need the damn real deal, quack quack. Cause we tired of this nonsense. I was like, what it was so boring. It was so boring. And with all of the nonsense we have heard about him, that is more interesting than you telling us about these random stories about you being a taker and then now you got 12 years. We don't care. That's basic information we already knew. We want all the other stuff. And I think if you would just be honest, you would feel a lot better. And it looks like that's another thing too. There's a lot of stuff that looks like it's weighing on him. He looked like he stressed the hell out. Now, apparently, he still live in Dallas and he's going to barber school. Great. Now, barber school don't take that long. How long that man been in Dallas? How long that man been in Dallas? And now he going to barber school. Look, if he actually gonna go, I hope he completed and good luck. But bruh, I don't know about all of that. Must have been a punk. Didn't her daughter say he stink? Did she? Oh my gosh. I don't even remember that, but damn it. He looked like it through the damn TV screen. Oh, girl. Chevelle. Like, wow. Ugh. Look, looks ain't everything, especially if a man treats you right. But to deal with what she dealt with and his hygiene is allegedly not up to par, girl, what is the point? What's the point? On Reddit, it says Quay was exposed. He stinks, doesn't brush it. Now, I don't even know. Y'all know I don't be doing research like this on these people. I do my reviews and then I go. Now, the fact that I am looking at this man and scrunching up my face like I can smell him through the TV screen, and to literally now y'all telling me that this is a known fact about him says a lot. And if I feel like I can smell him through the TV screen, I can't imagine what he smells like in person. I am disgusted. And then on top of that, what the hell did he have on? Did y'all see this get up? I was just like, who told you this was fly? That hat, that shirt with the vest, it was all over the place. He definitely didn't look like he had a lineup from the back. He just looked like Does his mother live in Dallas? Who lives in Dallas at this point? I got questions. Who lives in Dallas? I know Chevelle is originally, I think, from there, if I'm not mistaken. But who lives in Dallas at this point? Where is his family at? Because this ain't making sense. This is not making sense at all. Like, oh my gosh. This is crazy. Triple whammy is that her mama was acting crazy because she was right about Quaylon. Yeah, when her mom was pretty much like, no, yeah. And she probably started off with the smells that was coming from him. The smells. She probably was like, girl, this ain't it. He don't even wipe his own ass, allegedly. He probably don't even, girl, he smelled like he don't properly take care of himself. Seriously. Just, oh my gosh. He has a shag mullet. Girl, I don't know what was going on. And for you to want to be a barber, that should be the first thing I see, that your lineup is nice. Like your freaking cut is smooth. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, I don't know. Them greens he was eating look good though. Oh yeah, and you notice they actually showed the actual restaurant's name on the screen. Some tells me they was able to eat for free because they gave them promotion. And it looked like he probably ate that whole plate and his friend's plate, because he looked like he ain't had a meal in a minute. And I'm just being honest. Something is not right with Quack Quack. Something ain't right with him. And that's why I'm saying, where is his family at? Are they still in Kansas or are they in Dallas with him? Because he may be struggling in Dallas more than he realized, and maybe his family in Kansas, maybe he don't want to go back to Kansas like that because he feel like he gonna get in trouble. And then the whole scene with him talking to the youth. Talking to the youth, and you just got caught up with something last year allegedly. Yeah, that ain't sitting well with me. That ain't sitting well with me. The fried chicken look good too, girl. That's all right. We all have fat girl moments. He had those gold teeth and he don't brush, girl. Because that is one thing I learned very quickly about living in the South. Them funks in your mouth, that's the reason why they call them funks, because those in itself can create funk breath if you're not careful. So, oh my gosh. Did you see the spoonful he ate of those greens? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's why I was just like, you are better off telling us the real story, sir. Stand in your truth. Now, apparently, did it say on there that he's been off of parole since 2020? Did they say he's no longer on parole? I feel like I saw that. Y'all let me know if I saw that correctly, that he's been off of parole since 2020, which probably explains why, if he did get caught up with something allegedly last year, he didn't serve no time, because he's no longer on parole. Did I see that he is no longer on parole? Y'all let me know if that's what I saw. Because if that's what I saw and he is no longer on parole, I think you definitely need, okay, yes, no longer on parole, then he really needs to be honest. He needs to be honest. This would be the time, honey, to just stand in your truth in all ways. In all ways. Quack Quack can literally create a YouTube page and probably say, this is my story. Do an hour, or maybe even like do a segment once a week about his story, the real story, and probably make thousands on top of thousands of dollars. Real talk. We will talk about it. And Quack Quack, if you decide to do it, just give me a shout out. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm asking for. Just give me a shout out. But I'm just saying, because if he's struggling that much, just be honest. Like, if you allegedly DL, just be honest. Please. Like, and he don't, child, I just, Chevelle sleeping next to a man who's, right. All types of apparently funk. And then allegedly don't even want you. He wants something else. He want eggplant. Like, girl, is she real? But the question is, You think she really done with him? I don't put nothing past Chevelle at this point, just with the stories that y'all was telling me. Do you think she's done? Even with that being exposed allegedly, do you think she's done? Like true life? Yes. 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 I'm telling you. I am telling you. If he did that once a week, he would probably make, first of all, he would get monetized ASAP. Like at this point, I don't even understand why a lot of these, especially the hit people on these Love After Lockup shows, why haven't they started a YouTube and got monetized? Like you could truly just make money just talking because you have people who want to follow you. See, this is the difference between people who know how to hustle and people who know how to enterprise. They ain't doing it right. They're not. Like it don't make no sense to me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just the business mind in me. But child, like get it together. She sure did with her bodysuits, child. Y'all was clowning that girl and her body shape. Y'all was talking about that girl. Remember, I did not follow them from the beginning. And the way, as soon as I said her name, y'all was calling her bobblehead. Y'all was calling her no neck. Y'all was clowning that girl left and right. Left and right. We want the funk. Gotta have that funk. That's what I'm saying, Joseph. That's why I thought you were like my age or older. 22 years old and you old school. I appreciate that because that's how I was at 22 years old. See, that's how you found me. We found each other because we great minds. D-Dot, you laughing at me. D-Dot, you be going into, you got jokes for days. Just, right. Just arguing on social media. But if you're going to argue on social media, argue on YouTube where you can make some money. It just don't make no sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just don't make no sense unless there's some type of clause that they can't do with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, that's the case. But I don't understand why they not doing that. Like, you getting all of these thousands of views on freaking social media. Get those thousands of views on YouTube. This is a message, damn it. Chevelle think she done especially. Oh, she said she done especially with the eggplant receipts. Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't know. Something gives me vibes, and again, I have not followed their story from the beginning. Something gives me vibes that Chevelle she would still be behind the scenes dealing with him, even with everything that she knows and everything that she has smelled. She would be behind the scenes still dealing with him. I don't know. She just gives me those vibes. She gives me those vibes. So we'll have to see. And it'll be interesting if he bust her out and say we was just literally dealing with each other. So I don't know. I hope she is done though. I think she done after he got exposed. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm shocked they did a special on Q giving quarterback Chevelle DV allegations. It was a money grab for him. I don't even know why they do these crimes. Is this their first? This is not their first crime story, right? Because I think somebody said they were interested in seeing my point of view on this. What is the point of crime story? I just feel like it's a buffer at this point until the next season. It has to be because there's really nothing like, I mean, maybe because they do have super duper fans, people will want to know what got them caught up in the first place. But I really don't care. I'm only doing this because my crew wanted me to review this, but I appreciate hearing, like, it's good, like, to hear Garrett's story, for example, or Brittany's story, because I like to hear those stories. And I almost feel like they're doing it on purpose. They give a good story that shows how far someone has come and how good they're doing. And then you get the bandit that you like, why the hell did you even put them on this show? Like Quack Quack and freaking Lindsay last week. So they give the good person, then they get we ain't trying to hear your bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they do that. They do it on purpose. So, but yeah, I don't know, child. I don't know. Her neck to head ratio is wild. Like I said, I still remember still to this day when I reviewed them for the first time. Y'all was going in so hard on that girl. I said, well, damn. And then y'all was talking about she done had procedures done, but it didn't work. I was like, Lord have mercy. So if she that much of that type of girl, I could see her low key being behind the scenes still dealing with him. And I mean, that's just what it is. I don't know Brittany's story because I haven't watched from the beginning, but I will say that her story was definitely it's definitely a sad story. So I was actually interested in hearing that because I wasn't watching Love at the Lockup, as everybody knows, from the beginning. But to hear just all of the stories about these freaking sickos and stuff. Yeah. Like I said, she was a HBO special, an intervention special, and a Lifetime movie all into one. I get the old school from my father who was born in 71. Sometimes I feel like I was born in the wrong generation. Oh, I always felt like that too. I feel like if I was born in the 60s, life would have been so much better on all different levels. Like seriously. So I feel you there, Joseph. Chevelle with her weight loss surgery. Now she looking other than you said wait, looking other than Quaylon. Hold up. And she's shaped like a heifer from Rocco's Modern Life. Y'all can't stand Chevelle. I just want to know what was she like that first season? She didn't receive. Yeah, I think you guys did tell me she did a BBL. But yeah, I'm really curious. Where is Quack Quack staying in Dallas if he's no longer with Chevelle? Because we know Chevelle is the one who provided stability. So if his family isn't there, if his mama ain't there, his sisters ain't there, where is he staying? Where is he staying? And who the hell gave him this damn outfit? That's a swap meet outfit. And for those, the swap meet is like the flea market, probably where you guys are. We call it the swap meet out here. That looks like a straight up swap meet outfit, and he thinks that it looks fancy as hell. I mean, even look at his eyes though in this scene. Like he just half of the time looked like he's about to doze off mid sentence. Something's not right here. Something is not right here. He definitely seems like he was healthier and better off in prison and happier in prison. Maybe, allegedly. I don't know. Just seemed like he had more of a glow when they were showing him back in that time when he was in prison, talking about he was fighting. He seemed like he had more of a glow. Now it looks like his soul is being snatched. So I'm confused. I'm really confused. I am Shayla. Chevelle provide more the stability, even a truck when he got out of prison. Girl, take care of your daughter before an inmate. That yeah, we always see that on this show, unfortunately. But now that she claiming she done, I am hoping that focus is strictly freaking her and her daughter. Yes, honey, he had a prison glow. A prison glow. That glow is gone. The soul glow is gone. The soul look like it has been snatched. Something is not going, something ain't right with Quack Quack. And I don't know if he's just down and out because financially he just ain't got it. And he going from place to place. I don't know, but something is not right. I think if he is what they say he is and he is DL, yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is. But that tends to happen when you don't live your truth. That tends to happen. So I'm just saying, if he would just be honest and live his truth, honey, I am sure the LGBTQIA community in Dallas will welcome him with open arms. And trust if he don't, let me tell you something. If it's true, because again, all of this is alleged, even though they done showed receipts, I'm gonna say alleged on this channel, because I don't have the receipts to show y'all. But I will say this: if he came out, you don't think there is not one man out there who would be willing to take care of him? He would literally be taken care of if he just spoke his truth. If that's his truth, he would. You know what I'm saying? Like he would probably have a place to stay with no hesitation. But again, maybe he does have a place to stay. I need answers though. Does anybody know where his family is? Where's his mama? Where's his sisters? Do they live in Dallas or they live back in Kansas? Do y'all know? Because I know they was out there for the actual show, but that don't mean they actually live there. He may need to go back to Kansas. Why is he still in Dallas if he was only in Dallas for Chevelle? Wasn't he only in Dallas for Chevelle? Because maybe he's still out there because they still doing something. If that is not your home base and your people are not out there, why are you still there, especially if that relationship is over? And especially if maybe financially you can't do it on your own. Does it make sense? I don't think it makes sense. But yeah, so with that being said, you guys, that was my review on Crime Story, honey. I would say we were more entertained in this live than the actual show. But yeah, that was it. Now I don't know who comes on the next episode. Child, I don't know. It's probably gonna be what's his name? Freaking Mike, curly hair, long hair Mike. Ain't that his damn name? The freaking Timu rapper. What's his name? Mike? Is it Mike? I don't know, child. He was an aspiring rapper and was seeking a music career in Dallas, from what I remember. The music scene is popping in Dallas. He need to move to Atlanta for multiple reasons. I'm just saying. What, child? I think if that man lived his truth, the glow would come back. The glow will come back. Yeah, thank you for listening. Oh, yes, Nicole, more fun here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but what's his real name? Ain't his name Mike? Child, I don't forgot. That also is coming with age, too. I don't be remembering that stuff. Ain't his real name Mike? Montana Mills. How much I want to bet? I don't know. It depends on editing, but how much y'all want to bet in his freaking episode? He gonna be talking about his rap career. He gonna talk about his rap career, and you may see a snippet of him on the mic or in the studio or something, if they allow it. If they allow it, but yeah, how much I want to bet he gonna talk about that? He gonna keep talking about that freaking rap career until he gets something popping. I guess I can't be mad at him though, because look, continue to try to fulfill your dreams. But baby, with like 15 kids, honey, you definitely gonna have to do more. You're gonna have to do more because they got a whole freaking bunch over there. Yes, Michael, Atlanta or Memphis, because they hot right now. Memphis is actually a nice scene for music industry to actually get discovered and stuff. That's it. I didn't know Memphis. Like I know Memphis definitely has some music, like in general, in Nashville and stuff. But I didn't know if it was popping. Like that's where you go to get like record deals or find good producers and stuff. That's interesting. That's interesting. Rap career for 5 minutes. He just look. I'm sure he's thinking if I could just get one hit song and get millions of streams, I'll be set. I'm sure that's what he's thinking, even though he don't realize that them kids is gonna drain and take everything. Amazon, really? I mean, at least he's working. That's one thing about it. At least he's working, and he is working. How much money can you really make off of Amazon and take care of that house though and them kids? They probably got some type of assistance. They have to, especially if Justine is not working. They have to be getting some assistance. But I'm curious to see his episode just to see if he start rapping randomly or if he talks about his rap career. If Project Pat can do it, Montana Mills can too. You have a point. You have a point. I just haven't been impressed with what I've heard so far. And then when he tried to say Justine was getting on the mic to rap too, I said, this is just a mess. Like now Justine is a rapper. Like what is going on here? Like everybody don't need to get on the mic. Next thing you know, he gonna have the babies rapping. Like what is going on here? Straight up like Bebe's kids. Tone Loc being little pee-wee rapping and shit. Like, come on now. Come on. Let's just be realistic here. And if that's what you want to do, fine, that's what you want to do. But just kind of hone in on it. And you just focus on the rapping. Justine all of a sudden want to be a rapper. Like, y'all, to me, just trying to do anything to make money and get attention at this point. It don't seem like it's a legit career. I don't want to see them matching. Ain't that the truth, child? With their clothes line. Yeah. Yeah. And then the shoes that he was trying to do, they just trying to do anything to make money at this point. And I guess that's what happens when you keep having kids. Hell, Memphis is hot right now thanks to Gorilla and Juicy J. Oh, well, Juicy J is from 3-6, right? Did Juicy J find Gorilla or something? So, I don't know. Child, that just shows you how much I am not into this generation stuff. I've heard of the Gorilla Girl. That's the girl, right? Gorilla Girl. But Juicy J is 3-6. And I remember 3-6 being hot. I mean, hell, 3-6 got an Oscar. They got a damn Oscar. So, but anywho, you guys, but yeah, so that's it. I'm glad you guys came to the live. I'm glad you enjoyed the live. We'll just have to see what happens next week. When is the new season coming on? When is that coming on? Because to do all of this with these kind of boring crime stories, y'all better bring it for this next season. I want to say somebody told me it was March when it's coming on, the new season. So hopefully we get a good season with this. And is it Life at the Lockup or Love During Lockup, the next one? I can't keep count at this point. I don't want none of them. I know that's right. All right, y'all. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on. Oh, pause before I end. Yes, I'm reviewing Raising Kanan. I don't know if I'm going to do a live though, Trina, or if I am going to actually do pre-recorded. But yes, I review every season. I think the new season is coming sometime in March. Is going to be Love After Lockup. Okay. All right. Yes, you guys. I'm sorry with that being said. I just wanted to answer that because I am doing Raising Kanan, which I think is coming out March 7th. So I'll be ready for that one. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.